In the land between Limpopo and Zambezi there is a nation. In the land between Ramakwebana and Sanyati there is a nation. A nation which has never tasted freedom since 1980. A nation with sons and daughters who gallantly fought for freedom they never enjoyed him. A nation with thousands massacred and the world never said a word.
Happy New Year. Happy 2021. I hope you are well wherever you are. And I hope you are keeping safe. We know these are trying times, unprecedented times due to this coronavirus. I hope people are taking it seriously. Let us stop at the conspiracy theories. Let us take this thing seriously. People are dying out there. Yeah, this is our first program in the new year. Today I'm bringing you a man. He's going to tell us who he is. All right, welcome to the program, Mr. Swindi. Please, can you give us your brief background, your profile, who you are?
Thank you for having me in the program. Mr. Busani Swindi is a passionate development practitioner with a special interest in the underserved, marginalized and minority groups. I have been working in the policy space in this specific arena for the past more than 10 years, since 2007. I've worked with various institutes from the local to the regional to the national and to the international levels. I've worked in policy deliberations of the United Nations that specifically look at the marginalized and often left behind groups. I've worked with the rapporteurs on the right to development. I've worked also with several civil society organizations that speak about and often push ahead the agenda of the people who are most underserved and underlooked in the world. More so, I am more interested in the development and transformation of Matabeleland as a people. I have worked in various specific programs, joined civic society movements that work and focus on the people of Matabeleland. I think there is a lot that still needs to be done, but most probably I feel that a lot of players are coming in on board, and it means that all of us need to put our hands on deck. I basically can say this is who Busani Swindi is. Generally, my other passions are beyond community development, include reading, writing, travel, and also I've developed a good habit of transcribing stories, just like the book that I recently published.
That is an interesting background, Mr. Swindi. It's very, very, very good. I'm wondering whether you have any footballing background. Let us move on to Matabeleland football team, because I know that's one of the greatest things that we have done for the community of Matabeleland. Yeah, if you could just briefly tell us, how did it all start? What inspired you? What were the reasons behind forming or starting the Matabeleland football team?
2016. It was an idea that was born out of a need to unite the people and give them back their self-worth and self-dignity, using tools and models that they could identify with. And in that particular instance, sport came out to be one of those things that unifies people beyond many political beliefs. It is so because if we find that when people support a certain team, they do not usually look at what political affiliation they belong to or to what political beliefs they hold. And for a long time, our society has been divided on terms, on political lines, on what is the best for the people of Matabeleland. So we wanted to bring something that will unite them without having them look at each other with suspicious eyes. And then we also needed to instill a sense of identity and self-determination in a project that we could all manage and could all grow together without us feeling threatened by any political missionization that we know has been the dread of our people at the back of their minds. So football is that peaceful sport that will make anyone, even the person that did not agree with you on certain subject areas, enjoy watching it with you or watching you play if you are the player in that particular field. So basically, this was the inspiration behind the whole idea of setting up the Matabeleland football team. We also needed to make sure that people understand that they have the power beyond the limitations that they live in and with. That they also, as a people, can unite and come together and bring forth something that is worthwhile and historic and that can be embraced by their children as a legacy.
Yeah, I hear you. You saying one of the reasons why you have decided to form a Matabeleland football team was to unite our people across the political divide. So, does it mean that the football team is political in its nature or not?
The football team is definitely apolitical. It does not push a certain political agenda for any political grouping. Well, when you talk about people representation, most of the time you talk about representing an entity which can easily be described as a certain geospecific political entity or so. So when you refer to the people of Matabeleland, definitely you'll also talk about their political aspirations, their political predicaments, and the likes. But as for the team does not push a political agenda, is not affiliated to any political movement, and is specifically looking at giving people a sense of identity, sense of unity, and a sense of belonging to something. We all know where the history of the people of Matabeleland, how the history of the people of Matabeleland has been in the past, and therefore we need to heal our people and get them to another level of self-consciousness.
Yeah, I think I asked about ConIFA. Maybe if you can just explain to us what ConIFA is.
ConIFA is the Confederation of Independent Football Associations. It provides a global platform for smaller states, for de facto nations, for culturally distinct regions, and for other sporting isolated regions and places in the world. It brings people together from different parts of the world where the usual platforms would not even recognize them. So it allows members from different distinct cultural backgrounds or geopolitical specific areas, and then from there it organizes tournaments and cups and competitions for these people. It provides a platform for cross pollination of ideas on cultural exchange programs, on identity related issues. And then ConIFA brands itself as an apolitical group as well. It does not advocate for any political position. It maintains neutrality on political.
Have you, in your work, ever encountered any resistance from the system or any accusations that what you are doing is pegging politics? Have you ever made such accusations or allegations?
We operate in a very delicate environment in the country. We all know that we all look at each other suspiciously, and we've got so many unresolved issues that make it difficult for people to accept things specifically, maybe for what their intended purposes are. To say that we have been persecuted for playing and for using our team by the system will be a very big lie. We have not really encountered direct persecution per se. Though of course you could see that there are some things that are unsaid or are not put in the open that could be interpreted as hostility. To be frank, funny enough, the resistance that we received was more from within our own borders and from within our own people. We had a lot of negative energy and negative feedback from the people. We even, in some of the interviews that we were called on live Facebook, we would be insulted and be told that we were trying to use a certain angle to try and siphon resources. We will never get to London, we will not get the visas approved, things like that. This was coming from our own people. So we in a nutshell have received more resistance from within the people of Matabeleland than from outside. So this is another great lesson that we learned even through this football project, that sometimes we have what is called phantom oppression, where we believe that the walls of oppression are still high up, only to realize that they are just a step away, where you can just jump one step and then you're out. And sometimes you realize that the people that you think and perceive in your mind to oppress you do not necessarily oppress you in every facet of society or every facet of your development. So the work is more internal than external.
Yeah, you said the team started in 2016. Since 2016, what are the milestones? What are the achievements up to now?
From the year 2016 up to now, we have what we think really has been considerable achievements. Specifically, after the formation of the team, we had to set up the committee that will run the team. We had to go into the communities and try and identify the people that will probably play in the team. We had to balance a lot of geopolitical issues within the region. The achievement that was greatest within this period was our ability and our success in taking the Matabeleland representative team to the London Games. And then from there, we have expanded and grown and included the women as well. We could not leave our queens behind, because we are a people of kings and queens. Therefore, it was equally important to include the women. Further to that, we have contributed in some of the groundbreaking international tournaments as a founding association. For example, the Human Rights Cup, which was inaugurated in Johannesburg in 2018. We as the team were part of the founding teams of that cup. It is now an annual event that also brings together people with human rights related issues. The cup was played again in 2019 in Cape Town, South Africa. It was meant to be played in Zambia in 2020 before the COVID-19 situation. Beyond that, we have also initiated academies, and these academies have produced brilliant players, and we've even had some of these players go and play in the Zimbabwe national team, specifically on the women's side. So within a short period of time of 4 years, we've had great impact in terms of preaching and celebrating the cultural identity of the people of Matabeleland, and also promoting young people in all those who call themselves or the children of Matabeleland have that eligibility to play within and for the team of Matabeleland. So therefore, we look across a lot of areas, from the rural areas to the cities. We scout around within different competitions and different games. And we also call out interest from those who are interested in playing for the team. Your only qualification in that arena being that you have a cultural tie, or you are indigenously connected to the region of Matabeleland, regardless of what race or tribe you're from. So that's why you realize that when we came to London, we also looked at the diaspora people, those who qualify and those who are from our region, to come and play. We got one or two boys who came to play for the team, and they've remained part of the squad for a greater period. We also called out for guest players who thought that they were culturally connected, and we had a few guys who came who used to stay in Bulawayo. We had a Spanish descent who came to support us all the way. We had German descent who came to support us all the way. Young people who grew up in Bulawayo who belonged to other races as well. So our whole message was, let's peacefully integrate our region and our people and get them to play as a people, and get them to celebrate culture, identity, and historical 10 of events, because we all found ourselves in Matabeleland through evolutionary migration. So it is something that is very unique and beautiful on.
Are there any other associations that you are affiliated to? Are there any other games that you'll be playing in the near future?
Yes, we are also affiliated to the World Unity Football Alliance, which is a global movement of teams that want to use football to unite different people of the world and also preach peace, human rights, and development. We are also planning and preparing to play Zanzibar in March, end of March 2021. That is, if the conditions allow. With the current COVID situation, all things are temporary plans. But as far as we're concerned, Tanzania and Zanzibar are not on lockdown. So should we have enough window period to travel, they will travel for that match. The match is still on, so it's penned for the 27th of March 2021.
Yeah, this sounds like a very huge program or project. So I'm just wondering, how do you keep afloat? Who helps you? Who finances you? Who supports you? If people want to support you, what do they need to do?
Yeah, first, I would say that people must understand that when they're supporting the project, they're not supporting me as an individual, but they're supporting a community project. And therefore, whatever help comes is not coming to Vusani Spindi as an individual, but it's coming to the team, to the idea, to the cause. We have a lot of people that we work with. First and foremost, the internal team that we work with is great. We have a great bunch of guys who are always there to help the team move forward. This also includes the team players themselves. They are so invested in the success of the project that with our absence as leaders, you know that they will do what is best for the team. So mostly we have a great network of people all over the world who buy constantly our regalia. And our biggest asset that we sell to people right now is the regalia, the sports regalia, the shirts that we produce every year. This is what we think actually projects the value of the team. And then we also have people who also want to contribute and time and again. So if somebody wants to contribute, they can always go to our website to find the proper contacts to contact under www.matabelefootball.org. And also we have individuals as well. As I myself also wrote a book, and 10% of all proceeds of this from the sale of that book goes to the team as well. That is for life, as long as the team is there and it's living and it's still in existence. The book will give 10% of all its sales to the team. So we rely mostly on the community, because this is a community project, and various projects as well that we will keep on thinking about that will sustain activities beyond. Right now we are also looking at getting land to build a sports center that will be multifaceted and will assist and help the community. We have great partners from outside the world as well who are also willing to assist us realize that project. So we're talking to various local city authorities to get such a place and such a land to build. We have also approached the city council to do that as well. We believe that if we were to be given that kind of space, whatever will be built and erected will remain a permanent structure for the community. And this is the beauty of strong community projects. Whatever benefit comes out outlives even the people who are running it now.
You have emphasized the development and the promotion of cultural identity, let's say, of the people from Matabeleland. Let's say, beyond playing football, what other things are you doing to promote people's self-esteem and identity?
We use most tools that are associated with the team to promote people's self-esteem and identity. If you look at the 2018 kit that was used in the London Games, the whole kit, the design of the whole kit was based on the Afrocentric theme that was also looking at the identity of the people of Matabeleland or on Ndebele per se, and conglomerating it with the whole other cultures that are within the region of Matabeleland. Same was for the kit in 2019, and same was for the kit in 2021 and 2020. So when our kit is being designed, we put a cultural template and theme that must be followed, because when that kit is out and people buy it to put on it and to wear it, then it becomes a symbol of identity itself. So also the songs that we sing when we go for playing and everything are traditional songs that are known by the people of Matabeleland and sung, that have been sung in schools and since time immemorial. And hence we also recorded our own song, We Will Conquer, with the intention of always reminding people that they have the power and the will to reach milestones and to achieve as individuals and as a community.
Yeah, that sounds great, Mr. Sibindi. It was great talking to you today. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with the people before we end our interview?
Thank you for hosting us today, and we believe the greatness of the project is because of the people that it represents. The people of Matabeleland are a great people that have actually been overshadowed by sad events in history, and we usually say they're a sleeping giant that is waiting to be awakened. What I would want to share with the people generally who are listening is that this project is important in a way, because it is one of those major milestone projects that have put us on the map globally, and we appreciate everything that has been done by everyone who has helped and worked behind the scenes tirelessly, and everyone who has helped even in times when we're in distress, and to all the global friends that are not necessarily the people from Matabeleland, but that share the same vision, values, and hopes as we do. The people, we have a lot of friends in Wales, we have a lot of friends almost all over the world. We thank them for all that they've done. And to the people that who still want to assist, we say, come forward, come assist. This is your thing as well. It doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be financial resources that are put in. Sometimes ideas. Reach out to us if you think that there's something that we're missing out. Come and tell us if you think that there's something that we need to improve. We are all ears. We are here to listen to you for direction. Anything that is national and for the people is should be and must be guided by the people, and the people have a lot of things and ideas that they can bring forward. So if we take that approach and assist each other, we will definitely build something that we'll all be proud of. We believe what has been achieved is only the beginning, and we will not bask in it in past glory and say we went to London, we did this, we did that, we did that. No, we are looking forward to building greater and working greater, and to even playing in greater arenas and with greater teams, with bigger teams. Not saying that the teams that we have played with are not great, but we're saying more challenges. Sometimes we would wish to see Matabeleland playing Catalonia, and we would want to see our boys matching those guys head on. We would want to see our boys matching those guys man to man. This is what we believe the Matabeleland people are. We are sons and daughters of stars, and we believe the stars must shine. No matter how dark it gets, one day the clouds will clear up and the stars must shine. Thank you very much.
It was great having you, Mr. Spindy. Okay, you say you can say goodbye to the people, and I hope you will give us another opportunity as you progress with your work to talk to you. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nkala. Thank you very much for the Matabeleland Broadcasting Corporation for hosting us here and having us on the show. And goodbye to everyone who has been listening here, and always remember that we are here, and we are here to also listen to you. Should you have anything to say to us, we are all ears. um, I will leave you with our popular slogan, "We will conquer." Please remember that it's not going to be always smooth to do the things that we do for our communities and for our people, but what is in us and what burns inside as a light should shine higher. This is the fuel that will fuel us through all hardships that we face. Thank you very much. We have enjoyed so much as a people. You have been downtrodden, you have been massacred, you have been persecuted, but you are still alive, and you will still shine tomorrow. We will conquer always. Thank you very much.